want to share with you a way that you can focus on podcasting and other things. Like let's just say that you're going into a meeting, a job interview, or you are doing a discovery call or a sales call, or you're about to speak on a stage. I want to give you some things that you can do right before a podcast interview that can allow you to get into the right mindset. And so think about it like, if you're breathing fast, you're increasing energy and alertness. And if you're breathing slow, you're relaxing. Remember that fight or flight, the sympathetic versus the what is the other one? The rest and digest parasympathetic. So as you go into a podcast interview, something that you can do, and by the way, you can be practicing these things. Like you could do that somatic breathing, for example, in the morning where you do 30 breaths where you breathe in for 2 counts and out for 4. 30 different times, then hold your breath for as long as you can. And then you breathe again. You breathe in for 2 and out for 4, 30 different times. You can do this every morning as a meditation and or just to set your expectations right. And that can benefit you as a human and a podcaster. And you can do this right before you jump into a podcast interview, right before you interview somebody or right before you do your own content. And what that can be is you can actually do what's very, very similar, very, very, very similar to the somatic breathing. And it goes like this. Well, there's a combination. So what I would recommend is you would breathe in 3 times as deep as you can. In. So you're completely full of air. And then you just let the air out fast. And by that, you don't push the air. You don't hold the air back. You just let it out. Just let it happen. Okay. In, out. In, out. This is going to get you alert. This is going to start adding more oxygen to your brain. This is going to start getting you into a mental awareness. And then I would breathe a little bit differently. I would, once you do that a few times, a good number of times, let's say you spend a minute or 2 doing that, then spend a minute or 2 just controlling your breath, using your diaphragm in your chest by breathing in for about 3 to 5 counts. And you breathe out very, very slowly. It depends on how fast you count. How fast is your count? Let's just call it a 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that way, you would want to breathe out for somewhere between 4 to 8 seconds. So you breathe in for 2 to 4, and then you breathe out for 4 to 8 counts. And as you do this, you get yourself into a very great state where you're coming from a good place. You're coming from a place where you got all the oxygen already by breathing the in, out. And now you're having that chance to be able to get yourself out of the fight or flight place. Because the energy that you get from the first type of breathing that I just mentioned is beneficial. It brings more oxygen to your brain as well. And then now you can get yourself into the rest and digest state by just breathing in for 2 to 4 counts and then out for 4 to 8. Just remember, it doesn't matter if you're breathing in for 2, out for 4, or in for 4, out for 8, but you always want to double the amount of time that you breathe out. Now, the breathing out is double the amount of time. So you really want to control that going out. This is what I do when I'm in the ice bath. This is how I don't freak out. This is the way that I allow myself to be in the ice bath for 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, or 12 minutes without freaking out or stressing out, is because I control that breathing, where I breathe in for a couple of counts and I breathe out for double that amount. I breathe in for 4 counts and I breathe out for 8 counts, for example.